I waited too long before starting to glide. But yeah, that's what's been kind of happening. Like, I've been kind of burnt out of hardcore Minecraft for a bit now. I have no idea what to do next. A lot of the big projects I've been doing recently haven't really been that interesting. You gotta remember, it's hardcore Minecraft. I started it because it's supposed to be a challenge. Eh, it's not really that challenging anymore. Like, compared to some of the other hardcore stuff I do and challenge runs that I do, like, it doesn't feel like it's a challenge compared to all my other challenge stuff. That's just more exciting, more interesting to me.
Yo,
It's the only challenge in the early games, yeah. Like, they even put in the Warden in my fairly early on hardcore years. And when they announced that, I was gonna be super excited. Like, this is not something you're meant to fight. This is not something you're meant to take on. This is something you're meant to avoid. Don't fight this. And like, I saw that as a massive challenge. If I could say years with that word, yeah. But yeah, I figured that was gonna be a fun challenge for me, a massive challenge. Taking on the strongest mob in the game, you know, the thing you're not supposed to fight and actually killing it. Because I have soloed raid bosses before in the past. That is something I used to do. And hearing about the Warden, like, scratch that itch, it immediately made me feel that itch again. And I had to scratch it. And then when I fought the Warden, it's like, well, this took 5 minutes, maybe like 30 seconds total of, like, of all the resources I used, it would have probably taken like 30 seconds to get those resources. I took no damage because the how easy it is to cheese this thing is a joke. I did not mean to do that bunny hop there. Please. Please, Stephanie. Yeah. I am burnt out of hardcore Minecraft. I have been for a bit. The only reason why I even did the whole copper ship was simply because it was a recommendation from chat, and I figured, oh, this is something that'll take a while, so maybe the entire time I'll finally get more inspiration, finally be more interested.
I saw something.
Dang it. And like, nothing happened, no inspiration. Because I can tell you all about why I did each and every single one of my builds. And there's a certain point where you can actually find me explaining through my builds where I started experiencing burnout. And I could always just go, alright, now I'm going to do this mega build. Now I'm going to do this mega build. It's like, it's not going to be that, it's not going to be the best, because I'm not good at building in Minecraft. there's many others who are better than me. It's like, oh, Trini, you could get more experience. It's like, I could. But it's not really inspiring. It's not really making me interested. So I don't even know what to do now. You know? Okay, you little annoying potato. Like, to honestly tell you, it was like last year when I started to get burnt out. I am not joking. That is why I haven't, that's why I haven't. So yeah, like, there was no D&D yesterday. I was playing my game. My friends would have been perfectly fine with me having to leave there at that moment in time to stream. And yes, it was a game that I was hyper fixating on. But also, you all know me? You know how serious I take my streams, so the fact that I chose to continue playing the game rather than stream should tell you how burnt out I was. Go away, bug. Soul wants me to hydrate. I shall hydrate for Soul once I get that chance. That's why that's been a Thursday stream in a bit, both because D&D's been going on longer and more than usual. But also because I'm feeling the burnout of Minecraft. It does not feel fun anymore. It does not bring on the hardcore vibes. It does not bring on any kind of charm that it used to. The new updates, none of them have been inspiring me to do anything lately. None of them have been exciting me for things. And like a lot of the big things that I've always wanted to do, I already have done. You know, I built my treasure room / dragon den. I've built my armory. Those are all really impressive and showcase my sheer dedication. When I want something and I put my mind to it, how dedicated I am. But then also so do other things, like Deathless Elden Ring or Steel Soul Hollow Knight. Those just show you what I can accomplish when I am dedicated on their own. And they actually give me that hardcore itch. Let me scratch that itch that I have of this isn't challenging enough. I need a way to challenge myself. I need something that I can overcome that, like, me half a year ago would not have even dreamed to attempt. Because I thought it was too big of a thing. But no reason to burn yourself for... Yeah, I know. I need to figure out what to do then. Part of me wants to touch Atlas, because I haven't touched Atlas in months, and I believe that there have been a few updates to it, and added in new dungeons and stuff. And Atlas is pretty fun. Atlas is a challenge both on your own and with others.
If you want.
You know?
Hi, Spot.
Maybe I could do Alice and have like create a room that's open for fellow for my fans, for watchers here, for all of you, my viewers. That's what it is, the word viewers. If anyone would be interested in playing Atlas.
Hush.
Because remember, it is free. You can get it on Steam and it is completely free. Hello, Assassino. How you doing today? How are you? I did not turn my camera to face you at all. That happened all on its own. Tired. Ah.
Used to have the tunnel.
Seven, 8, 9, and 11. Gonna probably pass out or fight God. You know what? If you choose to fight God, let me know. I'll help you. I'll join your party. I'll be one of your party members.
Oh,
I'll be a party member, but I'll be one with a very strange class that you'll never fully understand. And you'll go through the entire game thinking I'm just like lower tier because you don't fully understand my class. And then you like look up online and it turns out I'm one of the metas for speedrunning because of how broken my class is. Why am I in the water? I turned my head to look at the pens on my desk for 3 seconds. Why am I in the water? I have several pens right next to me. This one's broken. This is a pen. This is a pen. This is a pen. This is a pen. This is a mechanical pencil, and I think it's broken. Yeah, see, Dragon Blast wants to sign up too. Anyone else will have a full party. Dragon Blast, what class are you? What was that bounce? How did I miss? Wizard, my tried and true. Alright, so Dragon Blast is a wizard. Assassino, what are you? What class are you?
Looks like. Look at.
Sabina. Got spires, there we go. What is a good esoteric class that is hard to understand and strange for others to use? Why with the screaming? Why? You know, I'm an enchanter. I'm some kind of enchanter. I enchant items and weapons. Like, I can enchant a rock, throw it, and then it just explodes, leaving no survivors in its wake.
Spot! I'm getting... Ah.
You know what? You know what kind of breaks my brain with D&D a little bit that I do not enjoy? AoEs. And I'll tell you why the AoEs break my brain a little bit. So obviously in like 5th edition, this is actually not true in 4th edition, which makes it a little bit better, but still is a bit confusing. But in 5th edition, you have circles. But D&D is calculated as like a square. Why'd I do that? You two are stuck. You three are stuck. Why'd I do this? I was not thinking. But yeah, everything is like quicker square, but we have AoEs that are circles. And so the rule is that if any part of the circle is, of course, touching the square, you know, it counts. So you can have the slightest little corner of a square be inside the circle, and that'll count for an enemy, right? It's like, it's a little stretching, but okay, somewhat understandable. Have a nice day. If somebody is just barely in the AoE of the circle, just a smidgen, like their big toe is sticking in, they take full damage. They take the same amount of damage as somebody who is directly at the center of the explosion of whatever's happening. Like directly at the center of the fireball, you take the same amount of damage as just a little bit on the end.
You ever forget how to control
And
the
that's
character
what
of
messes
people?
with me a
Just
bit.
go to-
Thanks.
You'd think they would take less damage. You'd think they take some kind of reduced damage, but no. Oh, great. The Tranksmores are back. Circles hold up from 3 to 5, and the circle had to cover at least 50% of the square to count. I mean, in 5th edition, it's like, even if it's just a slight smidgen, a little bit cornering. Just... it messes with me. You can be at the end... you can be at the edge of the AoE or at the center of the AoE. You take the same amount of damage. From a fireball or something like that. It's an explosion. You should take more damage at the center and less damage at the end. And I kind of understand why. It's for game balancing reasons. But I would love to see if they made it that way, to where you have to position your fireballs properly. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm positioning this fireball to where I can get as many enemies in at a time. And more like, I'm positioning this fireball so I can do the most damage to certain enemies and still clip others. Imagine what that would be like. Squamch. Go on, Sheila. Do your kangaroo-based business. What kind of business would a kangaroo do? I don't know why, but I imagine a kangaroo would do like a smoothie business. They'd open like a smoothie store, smoothie shop. That's how my brain is seeing it for some reason. Smoothies. Like, imagine a kangaroo mascot selling you a mango smoothie. Why does that just seem like it would work? and I see some people. Let's go. Shudder to think the players that never read the spells in the game just screeching to a halt while they try and figure out how much damage everything takes. True, fair point. Be like, I could imagine some people would argue, oh, maybe a sports store because you know they can jump in basketball. But that's just basketball. There's other sports out there, and you can't even jump in them, like hockey. Jumping while having ice skates on is dangerous.
Okay,
How'd I miss?
Hey,
And if you're out there saying like, oh, what about ice skate dancing? You gotta remember, that is properly choreographed. That is properly choreographed dancing, whereas in something like hockey, you jump, you could easily hit someone. Kangaroos are boxers? I can see an argument for that. You're right. But it still doesn't make sense for other sports like hockey. I imagine football / soccer, because I'm not both of them together, just football / soccer. You know the one sport that I'm talking about. What? Spyro, why? Doesn't quite make too much sense either. American football, like boxing and basketball are the two that I see that actually working with. But none of the others. But a smoothie shop, like a kangaroo holding a smoothie cup. And now my drone pilot's license and will be going home soon. Yo, nice! You got your license, congrats! Also, why did Twitch Mobile censor boxers? Oh, because it's a type of underwear. How did you, you know what? It's fine. Can I please see? Thank you.
I'm almost ready to reveal my latest piece of real-time four-dimensional. Oops.
But still, you can't argue with my kangaroo smoothie shop idea. It works perfectly, and I cannot explain why.
Isn't this? Let's start.
Shrimp server eating, I shall fix my posture.
Okay, now.
Whee!
Hey.
Why with the borks? Why with all the borks and all the hex?
Whoa. Oh.
See, I know heck is a safe alternative word for, you know, HE double hockey sticks.
Wow.
I know heck is a safe alternative word for HE double hockey sticks. But why does it feel like it is the equivalent of that word to dogs? I want someone to explain that to me. I want someone to be able to understand what I just said and explain it to me. This time my drinks was mentioned before today. I think the last time you were here, honestly. Why did I lose all my speed? 747. Yeah, I have been playing Deadlock and I've been hyperfixating on it. And they added in a new character who is a AoE support, and I love her. It's fun. The reason why I like to play Ivy is because she's a great AoE support character. Please get it. Mingus indeed. Mingus indeed. There's Reese. No! Why do I do this to myself? Why do I make these kinds of mistakes? Man, you're... How'd I miss? Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. Pop. Go on, Doug. I don't know why his name is Doug, but it is. He is Doug. And there's Betty. Hello? My constant reaction is just hello. I've been stolen by the Fae. Oh no. The Fae. I don't often hear about the Fae much anymore. However, I guess that's because Dragon Blast is a subscriber now, so... Here's Trixie. Welcome back. What did the Fae try and sell you? It's time for the bird. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just relaxing. Honestly, I'm having a great time. But I have my favorite repellent. Yeah, you do have your favorite repellent.
I have to train.
So now we no longer hear much about the Fae. I never hear much about them anymore. Because your favorite repellent. Also, I like to... for some reason, I keep... You said you have your favorite repellent, and for some reason my brain is like, you're just holding up a horseshoe as you say it. An iron horseshoe. Graphics card and something sports. She's like, I have my favorite repellent, you're just holding up an iron horseshoe. Punk. They like me, they do steal me a lot. True. I have 200 exactly. That That honestly kind of puts a smile on my face. I like that I landed on 200 exactly. That is amazing. Hello? Thank you, Dragon Blast, for the resubscription. Nice.
When you see
I know how to use a ladder hunter. I know how to use a ladder. I also know how to use a rotary phone, despite how many people try and tell me how to use a rotary phone. For whatever reason? I kid you not. So you like a bit I mean, he probably just digs his claws in. I mean, there are quadrupedic climbing animals, like cats and stuff, you know? There are quadrupedal, right? Quadrupedal? Yeah, quadrupedal animals that can climb. Ow! They bit my butt. Yeah, stairs are just the eternal enemy. Why am I stuck? What was I talking about? I was wanting to talk about something. And now I forgot. I forgot because the conversation went on to ladders. Oh yeah, rotary phones. Have fun deciphering that world. I'm 27. I am Gen Z. I have never seen a rotary phone IRL. I've seen them in pictures and movies and stuff. I know how to use one. It's not that hard to figure out how a rotary phone works. And I think that's something some people don't understand. That just because you didn't grow up with something doesn't mean it's not, or it's impossible for you to figure it out. Because it's very easy to like look at someone and say, ha, this was before your time, or this is no longer your time, and watch them struggle with something. But no, when a lot of people figure it out, they know how to do it. So yes, I once, but I know how to use them. Yeah, see? But the amount of people have like gone up to me with, you know, people within my family, like, oh, this is how you use a rotary phone, by the way. It's like, I know how to use one. It's kind of self-explanatory if you look at it. I'm also never going to need to use one, ever. And they're like, oh, but maybe there are some houses that still have them. It's like, yeah, but those aren't any of the houses I'm in. But if you go into one, why would I go into, what would I be doing going into a house with a rotary phone? What if your future house, I guarantee you, if my future house has a rotary phone, it is disconnected.
Oh.
Unless the person was very adamant to keep it connected. So even if you have a house that has one, why would you not just call sell? Exactly. Or use a sell. Yeah. Like, they are self-explanatory to use. Much like a driving manual for a car, or as it is referred to, driving stick. I know how to drive stick. I was actually taught how to drive on stick. I prefer automatic. But it's also not hard to figure out how to drive on stick. Alright, good night, Jackal Wolf. See you next time. Like, all you need to know is that the clutch and the gear changes. That's really it. Just pushing the clutch anytime you're changing gear or having to brake. Whoopsies. Oh yeah, Jackal, that's right. I barely got that. Thank gosh for the large hitboxes. And then we quit. Yeah, also the menu works with the I have the menu works with the the speedruns, there we go. Speedruns, speedways, there we go. I know stick, prefer stick, but drive an automatic. I prefer an automatic. Because I don't always work the clutch the best. I think he learns how to start from full stop. True. But like, that's all you really need for stick. If you're changing gears, you gotta push in the clutch first, or if you're trying to brake, you gotta push in the clutch and the brake. Yeah, quick aim, that's what. That's all it really is. Also, despite popular belief, there is nothing stopping you from skipping a gear or two. I would not recommend skipping 2, and I would definitely not recommend skipping more than that. But like, if you wanted to go from first gear to third gear, you can just do that. You can skip over second gear if you know what you're doing and you do it properly. You just gotta get up to speed for third gear. Whoopsies. All it takes is get up to speed for third gear. And yeah, you get up to speed for third gear, and you don't make your RPMs go through the roof. Because when you do change gears to higher, your RPMs are going to go up higher like that. Like going from third to first or going from first to third is going to cause your RPMs to kind of skyrocket a little bit. But as long as they don't go too high, nothing bad will happen. If they do go too high, that's when bad things happen. That's when your engine can just rip itself apart. I don't think nothing stopping me from starting at 5th either, other than a mechanical bill afterwards. See, that's why I said that you don't want to do it in a too big of a jump. Also, speaking of engines ripping themselves apart, apparently one of our cars needs a new engine, so. It's gonna be great. And it might cost like 15,000, and the car itself costs 20,000. So why is there still fire erupting? Yeah, whatever. Keep in mind, this course had previous work done on it before. There's a good chance that this might total the car. Because, fun fact, a car that gets totaled is not a car that can no longer be repaired. It is a car that the amount of work needed to repair it goes over the amount of cost of the car. And I believe it stacks up, like if you get work done on the car that costs 3,000, and then later on work on the car that costs 2,000, that stacks up to 5,000. But yeah.
Listen to me, dragon.
Nothing's stopping that from happening. I believe that's how it works. So if it is, this might pretty much technically total the car. Because the full price of everything it's had done with its work would end up going over the price that the car itself was.
Well,
Why? Like, there's nothing actually stopping you from working on a car that is totaled. There's nothing stopping anyone from repairing it. And mechanics do have to tell you, hey, this car has been totaled. The amount of money it takes to repair it costs more than the car itself.
Thanks for...
So you know. Yeah. That's how a total works. But you can still have them work on it. Some people might just still outright refuse to work on a car that's totaled. Just because of how much it would be to work on it and how much time. I'm playing with my agate. Well, possible agate. It is a possible potential agate. I need to find someone to identify this rock for me. I need a rock scientist. Anyone know a good rock scientist? My dog is looking at me. He's on my bed, curled up in a little donut facing me right now. He's just staring at me and blinking. Hey, your buddy. You being good? He's being good. Pop. Where did that body come from? Nailed it. First try, easy. Here's Greta.
Hey! If you see hands up,
Which also another reason why it's been a bit harder to stream on Thursdays is because I've been doing a lot of job searching stuff. And hopefully soon I'll find something. Yeah. Look, once I do, because I'm going to, I'm going to put in that much effort to do it. But once I do find something, and I move out and I move into my new place, I'll probably do like a life update stream to tell you all the whole story about everything. I'm not gonna say where I'm moving to. That is being kept a secret, and I will never say where it is, for reasons, for privacy reasons. But yeah, I'll let you all know, good like a life update. Like, hey, yeah, I moved out. Blah blah blah. There we go. Should I do that? Maybe. I don't know. Sounds fun. Into Charmed Ridge. This ridge be charmed. I don't know what I'm saying.
Spyro, we are.
If you all knew the full scope of all the places I've been applying to, and how many of them have started to just get back to me, how few of them. Because I'm not gonna lie, there may... I may be running out of places to apply to here soon. I may have to start broadening the area a bit more. Got him.
I just...
Give me the mushroom. Dang it.
You've been doing...
Just casually faceplant into a wall. Like Mach 10. Whee!
At last.
No, you don't. We got a good level of gems. We have a pretty solid level of them. Alrighty. We have lost fleet. This fleet is lost. I think this whole thing is like this is a fleet of ships that got lost, and we're like technically on a stranded island with acid.
You be careful.
And you did hear me right, ships. Like, yes, that is one big ship in the middle, but there's also other ships. Even the smaller ones are still ships. Still part of a fleet. Yep. There's Chad.
He's here. You're right.
How do I keep missing that one recently? I don't know how or why I keep missing that one recently. Alright, I cleaned up decently at least. Cleaned up the subs decently, so... Dang it! Get out of the way!
Oh, dear, look at that. Some fool hit.
Pop. Really think grab the other one? Yippies! I'm at 999 gems. I need one more. Like, yeah, there's a 10 in front of the area, which is perfectly fine. I wanted to grab the other one so I'd have 1,000 exactly. Now I'm gonna have 1,009. What am I supposed to do with those 9 gems? Save them for, magma crater thieves? I got plenty from magma crater thieves throughout the rest of the levels. 999. So this is gonna be really strange to hear. But if you ever told someone that like 999 is just 666 upside down and you said it to like fearmonger them, I for real have an aunt who would believe that fearmongering immediately.
I will
Like I have seen her post things. I have seen her post things like, you know, those fear-mongering things that go around. I'm assuming Facebook mainly. I'm assuming, I don't know, I don't have, nor have I ever had a Facebook.
You have to get the timing just right. Press
And it says like it has like very common shortened phrases like LOL. But it's like, oh, this is an acronym for this, and it's fear-mongering, like LOL means like love of Lucifer or something like that. I have an aunt who has unironically reposted that. Unironically.
another.
Like, she would believe things like that. Why am I moving super slow with that box unlocked? I kid you not. Is concerning? Yeah. My family down in Texas is really crazy sometimes.
Thank
You remember they sent my cousins there to a private school? A private religious school, actually. And they call their neighbors human traffickers, I kid you not. This is my family. Like, nothing's wrong with private religious schools. What am I doing? But in, like, Texas, the Bible Belt area of Texas, I have heard I've heard that my cousins have said things about queer people that's like, yeah, I ain't coming out to you. I'm staying alive. Thought my family had issues. Oh my gosh, you don't even know the half of it. Okay, you have to remind me after the Scorch fight to take my meds, chat. You have to, that's your new job.
This might.
Got you to only fire 2 eggs. Pop. Ow! On red zone field. Well, now I just picked up the red that was on field. Ba, 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 ba. Those are 2 greens. I can't even see what that one is. Why? Why? Why, Spyro? Why? It's a heckin' green. Dude, I need you to stop the eggs. Oh, okay, that's annoying. At least that's one red. No! I picked it up. Hey, it's green. Got it. And now time for my med. That was actually gonna be, I want to say a 2 in 3 chance if I'm like I didn't pay too much attention how many greens were on field. I think because I picked up a green and I think the first green ended up respawning around. And I knew one red was on the field, so that was like a 2 out of 3 chance to get the green. Take thy medications. It has been done. Speaking of which, I need to go pick more up soon. I need to pick up more estrogen. I need to wait for them to send me a text that says I've gotten the refill. Which I think they should have done so already. And I'm slightly concerned that they haven't. No, next Tuesday I'll go in regardless. Well, why am I going this way? I already have, I have green rockets, so I have the rocket storage. I need to do this. Don't ask questions, just accept them. Ain't that right, dog? Ain't that right, buddy? Ain't that right, buddy? Ain't that right? Hi. Hi. Hi, you, buddy. Hi. Oh, my dog was in a very snuggly mood yesterday morning, and I was very happy because it's been a while since it's been in a snuggly mood. So I was able to snuggle with him Thursday morning. No! What do you mean? I even took a wide berth. I avoided the tree. Nobody cares, you giant blue raspberry rock candy bear. Why did they make blue raspberry flavor for candy? Why is that? Like, blue raspberries don't even exist. Blue is a very rare color to actually show up in nature. Fun fact. And blue, like, first off, a lot of the blue we even see isn't actually blue. It's just that, like, hairs or feathers are designed to, like, they aren't blue, but they're designed to appear blue. It's very confusing and a trick of the light. There's only like a handful of creatures that even have actual blue pigmentation. And I don't think any of them are plants. But anyways, I digress. Like, even blueberries are purple, not blue. But still, it's blueberry. You could think, oh, we'll slap blue coloring on that. But no, they made up an entirely new raspberry. Which, first off, if you make blue raspberry and don't make it sour, you're doing something wrong. Blue raspberry has to be sour. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. But anyways... But also, why the demand for blue?
I see you've. I am a vest.
Food usually isn't blue, so like, why the demand for it?
The riddle.
You want raspberry, just, you know, like a nice pink raspberry, maybe even a golden raspberry. Because golden raspberries exist. I think the colloquial term is like a yellow raspberry, but I call them golden raspberries.
You may now enter the... Very well.
That's not what I'm saying, good sir. But, yeah, they're just golden raspberries. But still! Why did you make blue and call it blue raspberry? What was the demand there? Well, somebody like, we demand to make crayons edible and we need an edible blue? Also, what is it with strawberry kiwi flavor? Is it good? Yes. Is it delicious? Yes. But why is it always strawberry kiwi? Like, you have strawberry flavor. I'm searching as much as I can for answers. Thank you, Dragon Balls. But you have strawberry kiwi flavor. You have strawberry flavor, but you don't have kiwi. It's strawberry kiwi. Where's just kiwi? Kiwis are delicious. Also, why not starfruit flavored? Why don't you get like a starfruit flavored popsicle? Starfruit is delicious. I'm absolutely okay with the citrus stuff. Citrus is amazing. I like citrus. Lemons, limes, oranges. They're yummy. But yeah, why not starfruit? Because the starfruit is a sweet fruit. Yes, I know not all fruits are gonna make good popsicles. You don't see people coming in with like a habanero popsicle. I like spicy food. I like habaneros. That would not work very well. But you see people show up without the starfruit popsicles. Get the starfruit. It's yummy. It is a sweet tropical fruit. That'd be really weird. Actually, you know what? I probably wouldn't enjoy it. I would probably try habanero popsicle if anyone made that. Because, my gosh. It doesn't sound delicious, but it sounds really interesting. You know what? I want to try different esoteric fruit popsicles. And I don't mean esoteric fruit as in like the fruit themselves are esoteric. I mean the fruit themselves would be esoteric as a popsicle. Habaneros. Cocoa beans. Actually, I think chocolate popsicles exist, which are eh. But like, come on, go for... I imagine a cocoa bean, actually those are very, very bitter. I imagine that would not do so well. You know what, make an eggplant popsicle. Why? I don't know. Eggplant is a fruit. Actually, yeah, you can make eggplant. You can make eggplant, you can make cucumber, zucchini, squash. Tomato. A tomato popsicle. Imagine what a tomato popsicle would be like. And don't use ketchup. Like, use raw tomato. Make it that much more of esoteric and strange. Where is the raw tomato popsicle so that way I may be an absolute chaos gremlin? I would not enjoy it, but I would give it a try. So I don't know how true this is, but found someone said that several makers of ice pops have more red flavors: cherry, strawberry, raspberry, and watermelon than shades of red dye. But they could still go for golden! Chat, what would be the one esoteric popsicle you would give a try? I mean, it has to be a fruit. It has to be classified as a fruit in order to count. And you gotta remember that a lot of fruit are weirdly classified as vegetables, like eggplants. Here's Andy.
Hi,
There's
Spyro.
bell peppers as well. Like, any kind of pepper would immediately be counted as esoteric. I don't really think that there are sweet peppers out there. Lester. I'm trying to think. Like here, there's a lot of tropical fruits, but tropical fruits tend to be very sweet. What would work really well that I haven't already mentioned? I mentioned zucchini, I mentioned eggplant, I mentioned squash, cucumbers, peppers. Maybe with the habanero ice pop sounds amazing. Oh, you would try the habanero one, I see. Would a habanero popsicle cool you down or keep you warm?
Thank. Are you?
Okay, well, he's broken. I feel like they'd be the equivalent of eating icy hot. I have to exit the area and re-enter because this guy broke. Stony, why you broke this? What the heck? How'd I turn around? That is true. Only one way to truly know. And it is a very, very cursed way. The spicy habanero popsicle. I think that's literally the best one. Like, yeah, you could always go for a spicy or pepper. But at that point, I feel like you're pushing it. Like, simply saying a habanero popsicle is enough. You don't need to go like, oh yeah, Carolina Reaper popsicle. No, no, no. Just a habanero popsicle is enough to both intrigue and terrify anyone who hears its name. You know what I mean? You know, it's like going to show and tell. What do you got, Jimmy? Oh, I've got the habanero popsicle. And then, like, Steve said, but it's like, well, I've got the ghost pepper popsicle. It's like, Steve, no, you're just trying to one-up Jimmy. You're not as impressive as you think. You all know the only reason why you got into this elementary school is because your father bribed the board. You know, like that whole scandal where rich people were bribing colleges to get their children into the college, but instead of that, it was elementary school. I imagine there are some private schools that are elementary schools out there. Whoopsies. He wants to go to the private elementary school. It just sounds snobbish. Honestly, it depends what kind of private school, because believe it or not, some of the private schools, from what I hear about, tend to actually be pretty kind of chill. It's literally just, yeah, the school you pay to get in, that's it. I mean, technically that's how it is with public school even. You gotta pay an entry fee. Why? I don't know. You have to pay to get an education, but you also have to get this education, otherwise it's considered child abuse. I mean, yeah, if somebody can't afford that, they probably can't afford taking care of a child, and it's better for the child to be adopted. But still. Ow, I banged my face. You missed me. Nailed it. Whoosh. I have several questions. Alrighty. Final phase. You ever wonder why everything is egg themed in the Sorcerer's Arena? Like, dragon eggs can't be the only thing she's obsessed with. She has spent thousands of years in this world, pretty much, and has been not been even searching for dragon eggs all that time. She's been doing other things. So why is everything in her arena egg themed? Why is everything in like a little castle egg themed? Even the tops of the towers are eggs.
It's a funny thing.
I've always noticed that, but I think just subconsciously, and I just now just actually questioned it. You know what I mean? We should get a pretty good time off of this. We did good. Very much so, a lot of room to improve. Very much so, a lot of improvement room. Hello, Lilac. How are you doing today? How are you? It's great to see you. It's been a while. I'm doing pretty good. Huh. Yes, I did not even expect that. Oh my gosh.